Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Tiffany, a retired librarian turned homeschool mom. And in this video, we return to the YouTube channel Storied and their show Monsterum to join Dr. Emily Zarka talking about Krampus. So Krampus is a Christmas winter monster from the Alpine area. So we're talking Switzerland and Austria, up in the mountains there. And this creature, apparently, as Dr. Zarka reveals, didn't actually show up until around the 1500s. So it's not really that ancient in terms of a lot of things. And so it's not pre-Christian. It might be connected to some pre-Christian stuff, but the Krampus itself comes from the 1500s. So Christianity had already set in. And he was an opposite of Saint Nicholas, which eventually we turned into Santa Claus. But he did not show up on Christmas. I believe he showed up on Saint Nicholas Day, which I think is December 5th. So, and he is a monster. He is, depending on the legend, he walks around carrying a whip or bunches of birch branches and a sack. His job? To punish children who have been bad. So now he will do this in a variety of ways. He will whip the children. He will put them in their sack and supposedly take them to be enslaved, or he'll eat them. So he was used as a threat to children to make sure they behaved over the winter holidays when it was cold and dangerous. And yes, it was still the 1500s, so we're still talking, I think, around the Middle Ages. Could be the early modern period, but still, it's the 1500s, and it moves forward. So that is his purpose. He was an opposite of Saint Nicholas, celebrated on Saint Nicholas's Saint's Day, and used pretty much, to scare children. That's kind of the legend. Pretty much up in the mountains. If you think about it, it's cold, it's dark. This is not modern times. It's very, very dangerous. So children probably needed occasionally to be scared into, hey, behave yourself. You're going to get eaten by this giant monster on St. Nicholas Day. So, which is more of, please don't get yourself killed. It's dangerous enough you're alive. Because children died early. He was later kind of pushed to the sides of the Catholic Church, got irritated, and just associated him a little bit more with Satan. So they didn't really want that. And so he kind of disappeared into, and again, they're actually big issues. They would have these Krampus runs, which were rowdy and drunken. So that was mainly, they didn't exactly always attest to the monster. It was more the activities around it. Stop running around getting drunk, please. So he was kind of slowly pushed into obscurity until around the Victorian age, when they sort of got getting more interested in their roots and these historical monsters. Then the idea that he had pagan roots, unfortunately, was brought up by the Nazis. So by the 1950s, he was being pushed back again because he was associated with Nazis who were trying to connect him to the deep, dark pagan roots and not really Christianity. And then he came back up again around the 80s and the 90s, and there was movies made, and now there's cards and Christmas ornaments and all sorts of things. And he's become more of a anti-hero, I believe is what she says. He's become fun, and the Alpine regions have embraced him once again, and he's very much part of their heritage. So that's kind of what they connect the Krampus to in those areas, is this is part of our heritage and who we are. So he's a ghastly monster who whips and possibly eats children. So it is a very interesting video. It's about 9 minutes long. I trust Dr. Emily Zarka. She has a good degree. I utilized her a couple of times on this channel. I watch Monsterum on a regular basis. It's a very interesting channel, and it's definitely she provides a academic view of Krampus. Obviously, there's lots of legends. There's some weird horror movie. There's all sorts of things on Krampus, but it's a good introduction to one of the various Christmas monsters, and that's kind of what I'm going to be covering. A couple YouTube videos on some Christmas monsters, because it's the holiday season. Though technically Krampus isn't really a Christmas monster; he's a December monster, but he was kind of moved to Christmas. But Saints Days. So if you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe. I will be covering more Christmas monsters and Frozen books here in December, and then we will be moving on to American history, connected to the American Girl dolls, coming in the new year. So we will be covering American history, starting with the Native Americans before colonialization, moving into the American Revolution and a couple of other things. So, and we will end in the 70s. So, again, if you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe and check out the channel. Thank you.